before I move on, I want to remind people that the focus is your strategy for approaching the problem. Obviously, we fill in some blanks with knowledge and experienced selection of formula, but you absolutely must give yourself a goal every time. You must track data, pull it out of paragraph form, and make a list. Choose your formula and answer the question. Let's move on to the 2012 Electricity and Magnetism exam. Question number 2. Let's begin. So I'm going to give myself a goal, and we need to explain why the lamps all glow with the same brightness. There's the question. I give myself the clear indication of what the goal is. So in reference to the lamps, let's start tracking our data. It says here all 3 lamps are identical. And their power rating is 12 volts and 5 watts. And we have voltage equal 12 volts for the circuit. And we need to explain why all 3 of these items glow at the same brightness. So we need to immediately realize power is current times the voltage, which is our indication of brightness. Well, let's first talk about the current. Since this circuit is connected in parallel, all 3 lamps have the same current. Next, we'll talk about the voltage from our power equation. And notice how we're really focusing on this equation to answer the question. This is what is expected of you. So we'll talk about the voltage now. And we can say since all 3 lamps are identical, their resistance will also be the same. So in series, all 3 lamps will we'll share the 12 volt supply and measure the same voltage across each lamp. Now we can possibly go ahead and finally answer the question completely and say also the power output rating for all 3 lamps is the same. So with the same voltage and current, all 3 lamps will provide the same glow, which is power output. That's great. And this question is now answered to an excellence level, making clear reference to the equation being used here. Power equals current times voltage. The knowledge really is, again, to connect the glow with power. And moving on to see that the circuit has been reconnected, and the difference now is we have a parallel part of the circuit. And there's reference to lamp A here. The question is, calculate the current drawn from the power source. So I will immediately make note. It's my question. When the circuit is connected as shown in the diagram. Let's try and get that up as well. There we go. And very kindly, they let us know how we should start. And that would be by calculating the resistance of each lamp. So let's think about resistance and the information we have available to us. So they are, of course, the same three identical lamps. So we're still working with 12 volt 5 watt lamps. Let's begin. And in actual fact, to score excellence, we would have to calculate the power for lamp A, which equals voltage times current. And also, you'd want to calculate the power output for lamps B and C. And they have the same power output. So as long as you substitute in the right values that we have calculated here, you will get a very clear difference in power output for lamp A versus lamps B and C, and then that is what would be worth excellence. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have some time, why don't you click on this link in the description box of the video. That'll take you to Paid Surveys at Home, which is an awesome database of websites that pay you to fill out surveys. I've checked this out myself. The database is totally legit. This site itself provides the database and also the know-how for maximizing your profits and maximizing your time to profit the most with the system of staying at home, working whenever you like, and basically filling out surveys to make some extra cash. So if you want to make some extra money at home, check out this link at the bottom of the video in the description box.